Have you ever noticed that one friend who is always kind when you talk, but never actually initiates the conversation? No, "how are you" texts, no random calls, no plans suggested. In a world that equates effort with affection, these people often feel cold or indifferent. But psychology says this behavior isn't about a lack of care. It actually reveals a deep-seated internal struggle regarding their sense of safety and belonging. Let's break down the real psychology behind people who never reach out first. 1. The burden of intrusion. Psychologists find that many people who don't initiate contact suffer from a cognitive distortion called intrusive anxiety. They genuinely believe that by reaching out, they are bothering you. They value your time so much that they've convinced themselves their presence is an interruption to your day. It's not that they don't want to talk, it's that they are waiting for a signal that they are actually welcome. To them, silence is a form of politeness, even if it feels like distance to you. 2. The fear of one-sided investment. Research on attachment theory suggests that those who stay quiet are often avoidant or anxious avoidant. This means they are hyper-aware of the social balance. If they reach out and the response is short or delayed, their brain processes that as a massive social rejection. To protect their ego and their heart, they adopt a passive stance. They let others take the lead because it serves as a constant test of whether the relationship is still secure. If you reach out, they feel safe. If you don't, they assume the friendship has naturally expired. 3. A history of being dismissed. This behavior is often a learned response from childhood. If someone grew up in an environment where their needs were ignored or they were told to stop seeking attention, they internalize the idea that their voice doesn't matter. As adults, they become experts at being invisible. They operate under a low-maintenance philosophy, thinking that the less they demand of others, the more likely people are to keep them around. It's a tragic irony. They stay quiet to keep you, but the silence is often what drives people away. 4. Low social energy and internal processing. Some people are simply wired with a lower social battery. Psychologists call this a high internal locus of engagement. They spend so much time navigating their own thoughts and internal worlds that the external act of picking up a phone feels like a monumental task. It's not a reflection of your value to them, but rather a reflection of their own capacity. They might think about you every single day, but the bridge between thinking it and texting it is blocked by a wall of mental exhaustion. 5. They rely on organic connection over forced interaction. Many people who don't reach out first have a deep dislike for superficial small talk. They prefer proximity-based friendships, people they see at work, at the gym, or in person. They find digital maintenance exhausting and unnatural. By not reaching out, they are subconsciously filtering for people who are willing to meet them in the real world. They choose depth over frequency, and they value the quality of the conversation much more than how often it happens. So, next time you feel frustrated with that friend who never texts first, don't assume they don't care. They might be fighting a quiet battle with worthiness or simply protecting a very fragile social battery. They don't need to lead the conversation to be a part of it. And understanding that is the first step toward a deeper, more empathetic connection. If you want to keep decoding the hidden reasons behind why we do what we do, hit subscribe. Because here, we don't just judge behavior, we understand the mind.